Been a busy weekend for gang crime.
So much overtime. The Dane Brakovic stabbing has commanded all the headlines in the past few days, and that's understandable. It's not every day a tattooed meat axe is brought to his knees in a pool of blood in front of concert goers at Kings Park. But that attack, which is clearly the Hells Angels exacting revenge for his constant trash-talking of the gang,
and they just suck,
is not going to worry the cops too much because it's a contained incident which even complete morons knew was on the cards. Dane gives 1% of the he should give about being the target of any retribution. As Dane said himself, I asked for it and I got it. The thing that's more likely to keep Cole Blanche up at night is the war between the rebels and the Mongols, because that's not contained. It's playing out all over the place. We're just not hearing about it because bikies usually do their business in private.
In the shadows.
For every bashing or shooting that does make the headlines, there are a heap more that don't.
I still don't understand what the issue is with those guys.
Well, there's only one reason bikie gangs go to war.
money.
In this instance, it was the commercial settlement attached to two long-serving rebels who wanted to patch over to the Mongols. I don't know who these guys are, but they are well-regarded outlaws, and the Rebs didn't want to lose them, or at least to lose them cheap.
Do we know why they wanted to leave?
The Rebels are a bit of a shit show at the moment, and the Mongols are giving away free sweets to new members. Anyway, there was a meeting between Mongol Patriarch Troy McCanty and Rebel State President Jamie Ginn. That was some time before Ginn died of a seizure in a police cell. I think that at the start, McCanty and Ginn were both negotiating in good faith. You've got to remember that there are very close links between their clubs. McCanty and Rebels elder statesman Carl LeBrook are tied by family.
You don't turn your back on family.
The godmother of one of McCanty's boys is grandmother to two of Carl's children. And Carl was a strong supporter of Troy when the one-time coffin cheater turned Fink last got out of jail. You've also got to remember that a lot of the rebels Rocco chapter defected to the Mongols a couple of years ago. Those friendships between ostensibly rival gang members still exist, so Troy and Jamie wanted it to work.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
But apparently the rebels issued demands considered unrealistic.
Shut up, will ya?
They wanted too much.
Yep. Then the rebels did something that was considered inflammatory. I don't actually know what the something was, but it clearly touched a nerve because the Mongols went nuts. Many of the ensuing beatings of patched rebels occurred inside jail, and one victim was a young bloke named Tyler Ginn.
Any relation to Jamie?
Son.
Oh.
Beaten badly inside Acacia where he was serving time for assault. Tyler apparently was a semi-professional fighter on the outside before he went inside, so he probably put up a good show. But he was transferred to Bunbury Prison via hospital. That's when it really kicked off. Jamie, understandably, took things personally, something that Mongol Adam Rag discovered when his house and his neighbour's house were turned into Swiss cheese by a passing convoy of rebels. Although in reality it was less boys in the hood style drive-by and more boys who can't drive in the hood. It's so testy in prison that patched inmates are escorted by two guards any time they move around the complex.
Well, luckily it's been quiet this side of the wire.
Or maybe the bikies got the letter sent to them by the police. Don't know if it's an actual letter or an email, but the cops have actually written to senior OMCG figures. The correspondent had a pretty clear message.
You will respect my authority!
Told them that violence and peddling of meth will not be tolerated. And there was a pointed warning to anyone thinking about putting their hands up to run the rebels in the wake of Ginn's death. The police noted the array of things that person could expect in their new life as state president of the Rebels Outlaw Motorcycle Gang. A visit from the gang crime squad day or night.
Avon calling.
Intense surveillance.
And that pizza delivery truck has been parked across the street for 2 weeks.
And your name added to specialist watch lists such as Interpol's, which ensures a free prostate test every time you land in a foreign country.
Ooh, frisky are we?
They're pretty good reasons not to become the next state president.
Also, there's a statistically high chance of you ending up a statistic should you take on that role. I don't know how many state presidents there have been since the rebels came west of the Nullarbor, but it can't have been more than 6 or 7. Rick Roberts, Nick Martin and Jamie Ginn are all dead. That's a 50% mortality rate.
I like those odds.
I'm Ben Harvey. For more Up Late, click the subscribe button below.